Hey YouTube, Kyle 5000 here. What's up? Here's another retro deck profile. It's called Dark Warehouse, November 2008. So here we go. We got free Jinzo Returner. What this card does is this card can attack your opponent's life points directly. And you can, when this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Jinzo from your graveyard. So it's pretty cool. Then you got free Jinzo. When this card's on the field, your opponent cannot activate any traps. And all face-up trap cards are negated. Then you got two Jinzo Lord. This card can only be summoned by tributing one Jinzo on your side of the field. When this card's on the field, your opponent cannot activate any trap cards, and all face-up trap cards are negated. And once per turn during your main phase, you can destroy all face-up traps your opponent controls, and for every face-up trap card destroyed by this card's effect, your opponent loses 300 life points. Then you got two Fiendish Engine Omega. This card allows you to special summon one Omega token during your end phase of your turn. And this card can gain 1,000 attack points during your main phase. And it can go from 2,800 to 3,800. But if you use that card's effect, that card's destroyed at the end phase. Then you got one Cyber Dragon. This is used for the Chimeratech Overdragon summon. Then you got one D.D. Scout Plane. What this card does is if this card's removed from play by any means, you could special summon this to your side of the field at the end phase of that turn. So basically, if you were to use Allure of Darkness and you remove this card as its cost, this could be special summoned to your side of the field at the end phase. Then you got two Caius, the Shadow Monarch. What this card does is when this is tribute summoned, you can select one card on the field and remove it from play. And if that card is a dark attribute monster, your opponent loses 1,000 life points. And this effect can be used on itself. And basically, if your opponent has less than 1,000 life points, you could just remove Caius from play via its own effect, and your opponent loses 1,000 life points, and the game's over. It's a pretty sweet trick, obviously. Then you got two Phantom of Chaos. When this card's on the field, once per turn during your main phase, you can remove one dark monster from your graveyard from play, and this card copies that monster's name and its attack and its effects. The only drawback is this card cannot inflict any battle damage. So that's the only drawback to this card. Then you got one Treeborn Frog. When this card's in your graveyard and you control no spell and traps during your standby phase, you can special summon this to your side of the field. Then for the spell cards, you got free Allure of Darkness. You draw two cards, then you have to remove one dark attribute monster from your hand from play. And if you don't have any dark attribute monsters in your hand after you activate this card, you have to discard your entire hand. So this card's effect's pretty handy because if you have D.D. Scout Plane in your hand, after you draw two cards with this card's effect, you can remove the D.D. Scout Plane from play, and then at the end phase, your D.D. Scout Plane returns to your side of the field. So it's a pretty cool trick. Then you got free Different Dimension Reincarnation. You discard one card from your hand to the graveyard to special summon one of your banished monsters that can be special summoned back to your side of the field. So if you were to discard Jinzo Returner with this card's cost, not only do you bring back one of your banished monsters, by Jinzo Returner's effect, if you have a Jinzo in your graveyard, you can special summon that Jinzo to your side of the field. So it's pretty cool. Then you got two Dark World Lightning. You discard one card from your hand to destroy one face-down card on the field. So if you would have Jinzo Returner in your hand, you can discard that and destroy a face-down card. Then if Jinzo's in your graveyard, you can special summon the Jinzo to your side of the field via Jinzo Returner's effect. Then you got two Foolish Burial, one Future Fusion, one Overload Fusion, Heavy Storm, Mystical Space Typhoon, and Monster Reborn to wrap up the spells. Now for the trap cards, you got free Solemn Judgment. Then you got free Limit Reverse, which brings back your Jinzo Returner. Then you got one Mirror Force and Torrential Tribute to wrap up the trap cards. Then you got the free Chimeratech Overdragon. When this card is fusion summoned, all other cards you control are sent to the graveyard. And this card gains 800 attack and defense for every material used to fusion summon this card. And this card can attack a number of monsters equal to the materials you use to fusion summon this card. So that's the build. Hope you all enjoy it. More videos coming soon. Later, guys.